What's good, football fans? This will be NFL Predictions 2009 Volume 8, the baddest, roughest, toughest division in all football, undisputed champion, NFC East. Nobody can argue with that. Nobody. All right? Washington Redskins are in a very brutal, nasty division where three teams, the Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, can win that division crown. Unfortunately, Washington isn't on that list. For football fans and so-called experts, I've already written them off quickly. Despite being ultra competitive, can they surprise football fans and football world and win 9 games? Let's find out. Positives were the defense, 4th overall defense in the National Football League, and key offensive players such as Clinton Portis, Antoine Randall, Chris Cooley, Jason Campbell, and so forth. The negatives were the offense for their bad passing game. Clinton Portis goes as far as the team goes. When he's hot, everybody plays great. When he's not, wow, they're terrible. And getting off to a fast start and end up flaming out in the end. This is the second straight year it's 2 years in a row that they got off to a fast start, such as 6-2, and end up flaming out in the second half with a 2-6 record, and they end up being 8-8. I just can't see them winning no more than 7 games for the situation, the position they're in right now. It would be extremely tough to win 9 games. So, in the quarterback position, we'd be going back and forth. Sorry, Washington Redskin fans, your team ain't going to the playoffs. Verdict: 7-9. Philadelphia Eagles were a game away from the Super Bowl last year. Let's not forget the fact that they got the last wild card spot. Put on the brakes. They lost in Arizona against the Cardinals. Can Philadelphia do it again? The positives were the defense, 3rd in total defense, 3rd against the rush, 4th against the pass, and Mr. Multi-talent running back Brian Westbrook. Most football fans feel that the team goes as far as Brian Westbrook goes. And that might be true. That can be true. The negative, what's stopping them to get to the Super Bowl last year or other years, is injuries. If they can avert it most of the year, they can win 12 to 14 games. I've seen their schedule, but doesn't guarantee they'll win 14 games. Like most football so-called experts predicted, quarterback Donovan McNabb is a wild card for when he's on fire, everybody's on fire. When he is ice cold, good God Almighty, you better watch out. It's not a pretty sight to see. Losing their key players on defense, including Brian Dawkins, their free safety, their heart and soul, to Denver Broncos will hurt them a bit. And losing their defensive coordinator, Jim Johnson, to death, complications of cancer last month, will play a significant role. And they lost a few more players too to season-ending injuries as well. So my verdict for the Philadelphia Eagles: 10-6. I know the Eagles don't want to hear that. I know they do not want to hear that. So, New York Football Giants won the NFC East last year, got to the playoffs, and were the Super Bowl favorite once again. But they lost Plaxico Burress and didn't play in the playoffs at all for, legal issues. Now he's in the slammer for 2 years for gun charges. And they lost at home to their division rival, Philadelphia Eagles. Can they win 12 games again? positives were the G-Man three-headed monster running game attack. If you don't believe me, go ask the Carolina Panthers and other teams that they had trouble dealing with the Giants' running game. The defense. Despite missing defensive end Usin Umenyiora for the entire year with a torn ACL, they did pretty good. I was shocked. Eli Manning had a career year. For most people, they felt that he had consistency issues. So he played real well last year. The wide receivers were good, sort of. The negatives were missing Plaxico Burress. That took some pressure off of the running game. And the rest of the offense went south. Like I said, against Philadelphia Eagles, they couldn't do anything. They drafted some good players 5 months ago in the NFL draft, including ex-UNC Tar Heel wide receiver Hakeem Nicks, and they will play right away. 2 questions for the NY Giants are: can Hakeem Nicks step up to the plate, be the Plaxico Burress for the Giants, but better than him? Number 2, will their running game hit a roadblock? They already lost Derek Ward to free agent to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, one more question. Passing game will be a question mark as well. Will Eli Manning have another career year like he did last year? Verdict, 11-5. Now, the Dallas Cowboys. Oh my God, I can hear the Cowboys fans cheering. All right. They're a team with high expectations and get to the playoffs and win Super Bowl every single year. Unfortunately, they went 9-7 last year, including a butt whooping in Philadelphia, 44-3 loss to the Eagles to get to the playoffs, and they missed it altogether. And they cleaned house, got rid of some bad apples, and start with a clean slate. If any head coach in the National Football League is on the hot seat, it's Wade Phillips. Checking out their schedule for an entire month of August and some this month, it looks easy. Easy victories, but doesn't mean it will happen. What do you think? What do I think? The positives were the running backs: Marion Barber, the bruiser; Felix Jones, the speedy; Tashard Choice, home run hitter. Oh yeah, just like the NY Giants. The running game took some pressure off the quarterback, Tony Romo, and the defense, sort of. They got some pretty good wide receivers, but I'll get to that later. The negatives were the Dallas Cowboys didn't play well in the second half last year in their paper-thin secondary. Yeah, they got burned pretty badly, including losing games at home inexplicably to the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles game, 44-3 loss. So 3 questions for the Cowboys are: can Tony Romo lead the Dallas Cowboys to the promised land, Super Bowl? Can the defense stop getting burned? And who's going to step up in the wide receiver position? Patrick Creighton? I highly doubt that. Roy Williams? He does have potential, but how when he's been in the Detroit for so long? So, my verdict, I know the Cowboy haters ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say, and it hurts me to say this as well. My verdict, 12-4. Oh God, that hurt. So, get ready for the video where I pick teams who's going to go to the playoffs and who's going to miss the playoffs, which coach is going to be on the hot seat. Thank you for logging in and listening. And with that, SA17 Peace out.